Hey YouTube, it is King here in the arena, and today I got a spice one for you. So this is Jeskai Control in Historic, best of one. Trying to find the best of one deck out there. And, well, what is this Jeskai Control deck? It is trying to abuse the card Lotus Field. There are cards in here that are good with preventing it from coming in and doing the trigger of second lands. We have 3 Strict Proctor, 1 Stifle, and 1 Discontinuity. But honestly, sacking the lands isn't that big of a deal because we have ways to abuse the Lotus Field once it's in play. A good example is Teferi, who slows the sunset, who's also good with the Celestus because you can untap an artifact and untap a land, so you can use the 4 mana of the Celestus and the Lotus Field and untap them. More importantly, the 3 from the Lotus Field, and then untap and have it untapped. And then also we have Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, who can untap 1 or 2 Lotus Fields at end step and instant speed, and then you have tons of mana available on their turns for counter spells, removal spells, deluges for flashback for 7, horror, etc. So this is a control deck at heart, but it's also trying to abuse a Lotus Field. Now, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this deck. I think it's pretty good. I've been really impressed with the Wandering Emperor. I started with 0 copies, now I'm to 2. Wouldn't be surprised if more copies are necessary. There is one consideration that I'm playing that most people aren't, and it is a one of, but Faithful Mending Iteration is not really a 2-drop, it's a 3-drop. You play it on turn 3 when you have 2 lands and you hit your land and then you put it in play. So Mending is a 2-drop. I decided to play it over the 4th Lightning Helix or the 4th Iteration. The reason being is because there's a lot of cards that are like dead in certain matchups. A good example is reversing control. You have Heat, you have Helix, you have Proctors, you know, numbers 2 and 3, or even the first one. You don't want to help them on their Lotus Fields. So 1 Mending is good enough because you actually can flash it back. So really this is like discard 4 cards that are crappy throughout your match and you know, draw some fresh cards. So I think the one of is good. I think you could play more. It also gains life against aggro, so it's kind of like Helix where it does, you know, help you survive until your late game. Purge is really good right now, but it also has seen a lot of play, so everyone's kind of prepared for it. So I think that playing only 2 is fine. The flash on Emperor cannot be understated, but yeah, just, you know, this is just a true control deck at heart. Our win condition is a 1 of horror or Shark Typhoon. I would say that too many people hardcast Shark Typhoon. The matches that I've lost have been because I've tried to hardcast it when I have a lot of mana, thinking, oh, I can untap it and then try to win, and then just counter it, and then I'm stuck without a good board state when I could have just like cycled this, even if it's on my main phase, just like cycle it so it can't be countered, and then you have like a 4/4 or 5/5 shark on defense, you draw your card, and then you pass the turn with all the untapped land. So only slam the Shark Typhoon when you know it's safe to do so. So yeah, Farewell is also extremely good. I think that it's underplayed. You definitely want at least 1. Nixing the graveyards is really important, and then also the exile factor of the creature is really important. So I think you want to run at least 1 Farewell. I was running 2 for a bit, but it's a little bit clunky on the 6 mana side, so that's why I went a little more toward the Wandering Emperor. But yeah, I will see you in match number 1. Got a fine hand here. We want at least 1 Proctor. Lootings, Reversing Phoenix. Purge is good for their 1-drops. Proctor is not really relevant here. It is good against the Drakes. Ooh, not that. Okay. We do have Iteration to find our next lands. Okay, this is the Mardu Phoenix list. So we're gonna have to battlefields. We're gonna have to pass with Helix up and kill the Greasefang before its trigger resolves. Yeah. So full control. Want to kill that as soon as possible. Here we're going to get an iteration here. If he has 2 Grease Fangs, he has 2 Grease Fangs. I don't think we can like stop our game plan for too much longer. So we definitely want the farmlands. And we'll take the falls. So we'll put falls in hand. Steam vents and then play this. So we are tapped out here. If he has Grease Fang number 2, is what it is. Doesn't look like it. You'll love to see it. So here we're just going to play Hall. Say go. Counter something if we need to counter something. So he's putting Grease Fang back into hand. I think we just counter this. He didn't show us that he had it last turn, so let's just not let him even get this. Okay. Him not flashing back looting makes me feel like he has another Kolaghan's Command or something similar. We have 5 mana. Heat only does 2 currently. We can Shark Typhoon, Sorcery Instant, Enchantment. So I think we just pass here. And then depending on what he does, we have like Deluge up. We can try to heat something. Yeah, I think we just pass here. Absolute worst case scenario, we could 2 mana cycling Shark Typhoon. Oh yeah. Yeah, we knew this was coming. He's just gonna go for it again. Oh, we could actually counter this by Discontinuity. That's what we're gonna do. We counter the Kolaghan's Command with this card. This card is so good. Yeah, let's counter this. Okay, so he's activating a Bugbear. That's fine. We're just gonna kill it. Are we gonna cycle Shark Typhoon? I think the answer is yes. It's not really doing anything currently, and I think I'd rather like find a Teferi. I think we're going to Deluge main phase and just play a Proctor. Try to look for some lands. Try to look for a Teferi, try to look for a Lotus Field, try to like end the game already. Okay, so definitely taking this land. And then I think we're taking the Hullbreaker Horror could beat his combo. We can get it into play. I think we'll just take the Teferi though. It's too much value to not play. So we are tapped out yet again. We've been tapped out twice now. What do you think? We just passed. There we go. Gotta love them missing it. Having a little time. So if we took the... Let's just Teferi and plus. If we took the Horror, we could have slammed Horror here, and I just don't see how we lose from that point, but... We're no longer at that. Celestus. So we get to untap 2, so we can Deluge. So let's just no attacks, end turn, untap these 2. Policies. Do we Deluge in response? I think we do. Yeah. My hand's pretty bad. Okay, so Farewell and Iteration probably. So we do have our horror is on the bottom of our deck. Yeah, stick Iteration. If we get to Farewell next turn, we probably just win. So usually requires 2 setup cards, or requires a setup card and a payoff, I should say. Wow. Okay, so we're getting hit for a lot. Is that lethal? We get to chum block. Is he killing Teferi? Attacking me. Sure, so we do this. We stay alive. Or finding a Helix would be nice. There's a Lotus Field. Nice. Perfectly on time. So let's purge. Let's show plus Teferi first. We knew we were doing that. Of course, we find the second Lotus Field. So we're going to really want to find counterspell here. So that's going to involve us iterationing. Nope. So let's put... We're going to be playing a Lotus Field, so... Yeah, I think I'll just take this, and then whatever. Play a Lotus Field. Sack. Not that. Let's sack... Falls. And you. Then say go. Untap these 2 lands. Does he have another one in the bin? Target vehicle. He has no more target vehicles. My turn. Okay, so it's gonna be a 1, 2, 3, 4 shark. Come on. Okay, so we can put it back in his hand, or put it on the bottom. I think that's fine. Still gonna have a perpetual. So let's tap this guy. Play you off of this. And play Celestus. And now play another Lotus Field. Sacrifice these two. Cancel on that. I should have attacked first. Oops. Submit 0, submit 0.
Don't worry.
Let's just not attack here. I think we win if we untap. Oh, I should have activated the Celestus. It could be at 7. Does say perpetual, which is nice. Otherwise, he could have won here. He's defined his 4th Greeth Fang. Sure. It's not cost 3. He's looking at it. Okay, Inquisition, you got it. Sure. Okay, so it's plus Teferi. Lightning Helix does answer our problem, which is nice. So let's just blue, 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 Deluge. Let's go put Stifle in hand and Mending. And then I only get to, oh, I can actually do this now. So, do this.
And some think time only flows in one direction.
So I can actually Lotus Field again. Sacrificing these two. Sure. So sacrificing these two. And then say go, and we have an answer to it. Instant speed. Okay, so he's playing Grease Fangs, so that does resolve and kill it. Put Wanderer and then Charm in the hand. We have Stifle if we need it. Okay. That's gonna enter tapped. Let's go. Good game. See you in match number 2. Hopefully I showed in the past game in match number 1 that Lotus Field is really good even if you have to sack your lands. Because we get to abuse it. Okay, so we are versing that deck. I think I'm fine sacrificing the call if I need to. Okay, and I think here we just play the Lotus Field. The question is, do we do anything first? And the answer is no. Or I could play this and have Shark for his attack. Sentinel. I think I like that better. Let's get the Sentinel out of here. See if he knows better than to attack for 1. So he's putting Curious Obsession on there. So I can currently Faithful Mending and pay. Yeah, I don't mind that. Sweet, so we have the Proctor Lotus Field. Charm can steal a Sentinel, which is kind of nice. So I think we're gonna keep Purge for sure. I think we go to Iteration. And I think it's Island. No, this is crazy. Yeah, definitely Iteration. I'm gonna go to Charm. Or Typhoon. This keeps Charm available for next turn if we want it. Okay, so now we have Helix. It's kind of nice. So we're going to Proctor and then Lotus. Lotus Field. I kind of regret getting rid of the Shark. I think if I'd go back, I would go to the Purge and realize that, like, I don't really care too much about the Sentinel. We're going to block here. Proctor's done its job. I don't want to draw any more cards. Yeah, we're just going to gain control of the Sentinel. We could do it on his untap. He definitely has Spell Pierce. Didn't attack to this turn sacrifice. I think we should do it on his untap step. Yeah. So, do this now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do this now. Gain control of you. Resolve, and he can draw one card here. Okay. Sure. Yes, fine. Purge really good against Vanguard. And Hushbringer. I think I'm going to draw in response to this. Farewell's so nice. I think we're just gonna farewell here. So getting for 2. Mm-hmm. Now we'll just farewell. We're gonna exile all creatures, all graveyards, all enchantments, all artifacts. Everything. Get it out of here. He plays Pact of Negation. Okay. So the question is, do we purge just this? I don't think so. I'm kind of tempted just to attack with this. This costs 6, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to attack with this guy. Play the Lotus Field. Sack. He doesn't play hard counters in the main, I don't believe. He's just going to play Spell Pierce, so as long as we play around that, I'll feel a little safe. Yeah, that's rough. So I think here we're just going to purge now. That does put it in the graveyard, that is true. So currently I have 3, 4, 5. So I could have 6 mana and attack for 7. I think that's what I'll do. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6. So we untap and kill him with Helix. Let's go. Attempt to target you. You have negate. Bit of opponent. 2-0. See you in match number 3. It's not great, no red. We do have outs for drawing Lotus Field, and that is one of them. Interesting he didn't counter that. This is when we nice our opponent. See if they also have a Lotus Field. Look at the second one. They do not. So we're just going to play another Lotus Field. We're just going to pass here. Got 5 mana open. I could Helix this on their upkeep. I think I will. And then let's draw a card. That was a little bit aggressive, but I think it's fine because we're so far ahead on mana. We just keep drawing all of our, like, all of our aggro hate against control for some reason. So they could have... the Wanderer doesn't do anything here. He needs to have exactly Settle the Wreckage, so I think we bash. I think because of our hand is so bad against control, I think we just have to be aggressive. When we play something instant speed we don't like, we can discontinuity. Nothing? Come on, opponent. Are you serious? Well, I don't know our opponent's hand, but we're going to count that one. Our hand was horrible, though. If only they could see it. I will see you in match number 4. 3-0. I'm going to keep this one on the strength of Purge and Judgment, but at the same time, Celestus can get these cards away if we're reversing a control deck of some kind. Okay, reversing the Enchantress deck. Unlucky we don't have it untapped on 3. So I think we just... So do we want to get rid of Hall forever? I think the answer is yes. We also want to look scary. Like maybe we present something, but tap their lands. No. He's not worried about it. Okay. We need Farewell. Purge is like okay here, but not great. Because they play a lot of non-creature ones. So good thing we drew an iteration here, something to do. It's an excuse for us to play the Purge. We're just going to take a land drop, I think. Typhoon's not going to do anything. Yeah. So what we're currently taking is a land drop for next turn that's untapped if we need it. Another enchantment we cannot interact with in any way. Can I cast? So... I'm not casting that anytime soon, that's for sure. Stifle's pretty good. So I think here we just play tap land. We just Divine Purge this away so we can stop drawing cards. And tap land. Sure. So we can exile this, except it has Shroud because of this guy. We just really need to draw. We just really need to draw Farewell. So 3 this, we have 3 left over. Kinda needs to cast these deluges. But this does add our mana count for next turn. I'm just gonna do this, I think. Keeps up Stifle. Yeah, that's fine. I'm super tempted to stifle this. So I think I will. I wonder if they realize, like, it's not indestructible, right? How much we need Farewell. And Farewell's like the only card we really need. That sucks. Sure. Good thing this is a passive that I care about. Lotus Field. What did you name? The Wanderer. Yeah, figures. I don't think doing anything. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna slam this. Which makes me a little sad, but then say go. This should still trigger. Action. Get rid of you.
You will not threaten this world.
Still looking for farewell. Interesting. Deluge. I guess we'll take Discontinuity and Heat. So on their turn, it's going to cost 2 more. So it costs 6. It's going to cost 8. This is 8. So I can do that. That's pretty cool. I think I'd rather do that with Teferi in play, though. I think I'd rather... Oh, you can't be activated. No, no, you. Shoot, Teferi. Just flip again, which is nice. Just looking for farewell. Hullbreaker Horror does kind of do it as well. I want to keep it as an option at the very least. Learn number 2.
Our actions determine the course of history. True goodness can never be corrupted.
The Immortal Sun. Okay. So... I have 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I have enough for horror. And just horror. That's fine. I think I'll take this turn to do this. Looking for farewell.
The next few moments will be exciting.
And then I think I just pass. That does not do it against what's currently happening here. So I'll get rid of you. Sure.
Evil cannot withstand a righteous army.
Do they have like nothing else to get? That'd be kind of funny. You can get a life. Cool with that. Another Lotus Field. So I think we -2 looking for farewell. eternal question. I'm gonna start returning things. So I can play Proctor. I think I'm just going to attack Discontinuity on their upkeep. I don't think that really does anything. I could just Helix this. Yeah, let's just Helix this. Not get overcomplicated. And return you to your hand. Okay. Nice.
I will endure.
So, Proctor, return you to your hand. Probably ends up getting sacrificed. Nope. That's really good for me. Play you. Decline. Yeah, here we'll just end turn. Once again, looking for same card, Shark Typhoon. That is so tempting, but I think we're just better off not doing that right now. I think Discontinuity is better. But like, that's one of the best draws we could have had. Makes me a little sad, but I think that's fine. So here we just go triple blue. I don't know. Blue. Here, 0 here. Deluge. Shark Typhoon and Unholy Heat, I guess. And then let's pass and Discontinuity on their turn. Big action. Charm. I don't think I really care about heat. Big charm's better. Okay, so let's do this again. Zero here. Deluge. We found the farewell. We found Hero of Dominaria. So farewell first. This is hitting the Wandering Emperor. We could win without that. So let's just hit enchantments then. Yeah. So exile all enchantments and exile all graveyards. Mm-hmm. Play you. Plus.
I'm known for my excellent timing. You know what? I'm not done.
Okay. 1, 2. S. Sure, we'll take action. I think we'll get rid of Helix. So counter this. Counter this.
Not going to win this. Keep up the pace.
I think I'm going to hardcast Shark Typhoon here. But I said never to do. Doing it right now.
Time only flows in one direction.
And another hero of Dominaria? Yeah, sure.
If you show remorse,
Okay. 4-0, I will see you in match number 5. Okay, so we go first. Sadly, we don't have a second land for the Proctor. This hand would be really, really good if we had one more land, but I'm sure a lot of hands are like that. Okay, this hand is better because that has the 2 lands necessary to sacrifice Lotus Field. We are going to keep this. It's not great, and we're going to put it back in one of the fields. But it does have 2 lands. 2 lands next turn, iteration for value, possibly. Not sure what we're reversing, but I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, I think we'll just iteration here. Could be a control mirror, if that is the case. I think I want to put land in hand. Kind of want this Helix, though. Yeah, we're going to do the Helix and play the land tapped. I feel like this might be a control mirror. Or not. Yeah, this is a combo deck. The combo deck that does not rely on creatures to combo, so Helixes are not as good here. This is the card they use to win. Sadly, we cannot afford to Lotus Field, so we're just going to play tap land and go. We're gonna have to keep up counter magic for like the rest of the game. Sure. So we can't even hero Dominaria here because we have to keep up counter magic. We could tap out and say if you have it this turn, you have it, but he's drawn so many cards. We know for a fact he probably has at least one enabler in hand, so I think that we just have to say go. Next turn we can tap out because it'll Teferi will untap the Lotus Field. So one more turn of do nothing and wait. Looks like he's probably drawn 2 now, so he's going to go for it this turn and try to go for it next turn. Counter this turn. Yeah. So counter this one. See if we can counter it this time. So hero. Draw.
Right on schedule. You know what? I'm not done.
Let's not do it. These two. Can we Helix Helix? I think we can Helix Helix. Right? This would be... No. Give me all red. Give me one. Yeah, we cannot Helix Helix. Then, what does this do? We cast without paying its mana cost. So, Scholar comes into play and then probably targets the Epiphany or targets the Mastery, and then the Mastery targets something else. Yeah. Comes to play with how many counters? Yeah. So Scholar gets Mastery, gets Time Walk. This is 18, assuming he has nothing next turn. So sure, we'll just Deluge, tap out. We got nothing for this. Purge doesn't do anything. Proctor does kind of do something. Not really. If we had Proctor in play, none of the shenanigans would have happened. They tapped out for this. Just saying. Yeah, it's legal. It's haste, right? Yeah. Good game, opponent. Okay, I ended up 4-1. I will see you in the deck tech. Okay, so here we are in the deck tech. This is the Jeskai control list that I just took to a 4-1 finish. Pretty solid. No real complaints here. I think that Proctor is really good in the format in general, because there's a lot of stuff that comes into play. Think of Cat Oven, think of Goblins, think of that combo we just lost to. A lot of stuff comes into play and triggers abilities, and Proctor stops those, as well as helps us with our Lotus Fields. So I think that is extremely good, extremely undervalued, and that is the reason we're playing a random 2-mana 1/3 flying in our control list with Day of Judgments and Divine Purges and Farewells. But overall, pretty impressed. Yeah, no huge complaints, no huge renditions or things that I would change. I think the flex spots are Wandering Emperor and probably some number of like Heat to Helix. I think you probably want at least 5 between the two. Past that, you want at least 2 Deluges. 3 is fine, but drawing them, drawing 2 is sometimes rough in the early game. 1 or 2 Farewells, but overall the deck felt pretty good, performed well, and I might be taking this to the Magic Open day 1, but we'll see. Either way, this is the deck. Hopefully you appreciate it. I might change it up a little bit and run it back for another video, because I do really enjoy playing this deck. I don't usually enjoy Control, but I really enjoy Lotus Field. I don't know, it just feels different. It feels like I'm comboing off while also... It's not aggro, obviously, and I do prefer aggro, but I do feel like trying to finagle your way around these triggers of sacking lands is just fun. You know, playing Stifle main board, playing Proctor main board, having Discontinuity counter spells on your turn that your opponent cast. I think that's just fun. But good old fun, honest control magic. Yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and take care.